What's going on, everyone? This is Casco X0, and I did call it Marvel vs. Capcom is dead. So I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, there won't be any tournament at EVO at all. It's dead. I was saying this game sucked before this even happened. Okay, here's the thing: you guys are just catching up with what I already know. This game is garbage. I saw it before it even happened. As soon as I put that game in, as soon as I played it, I found out that game was garbage. I just know the game mechanics. It's bad. All right, I gave it a chance. I was hopeful, but it's bad. It's pure trash. It's absolute garbage. But other than the game being trash, I mean, I'm gonna explain probably why it died. I mean, I can make fun of it and stuff like that, but I'm gonna explain why it is dead. I'm gonna explain exactly why, and point out what they could have done to bring the game back, or what they can do to bring the game back. But no one's playing it, as you guys can see, and my friends that are playing it, they can't even find like ranked matches or player matches for that matter. So the number one problem is there's no X-Men characters, and that's pretty much what carried the game over, especially back in the day with what is it, X-Men versus Street Fighter, all that stuff. Wolverine, Magneto, like that is Marvel vs. Capcom. Not having those characters is like a big issue, and I mean, it's understandable. I'm not really blaming them because it's not their control on what characters they can put for Marvel's side of it, but I am blaming them for the simple fact that they can put good characters to compensate for Marvel's side. So they can put good Capcom characters that now all these Capcom characters that were requested, I personally did not really care for them, but it's Capcom's job to, you know, make the masses happy, not just me individually. It's their job to listen to the fans and give them what they want, and they failed horribly. So of course the story didn't really help it, and the part that really bothered me in the story was this little Dante Jetta fiasco where Dante does all this epic, lame, corny crap. I can't curse because I don't want my monetization to get messed up, but this corny crap, we're just gonna call it that, where he fights him, he turns him into a demon, and oh, you're still alive, and oh, it was just so corny. They definitely could have took that part out of it. It was just like, that's Capcom, like it's two Capcom characters. They didn't need to put that part in there. It was just, it was really cringe. And then of course the graphics really didn't help the game out. Dante looks absolutely disgusting. They did such a bad job that Dante's hair is the same complexion as his skin. Since we're on the subject of Dante, I mean, I know everyone's favorite is Dante from Devil May Cry 3, but there's a really good chance to put Dante from like Devil May Cry 2, since that was the strongest Dante, or Dante from Devil May Cry 4. I mean, they could have done some stuff rather than being like, oh, let's just copy and paste Dante from Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and hey, I mean, Dante from Devil May Cry 3 is everyone's favorite, let's just do a copy and paste, bam, got Dante in the game, guys. And then the last thing that really bothered me about Dante is his trench coat looks silky rather than leathery. It's not silky. And then finally, for Dante, it's like, okay, I feel like they're trolling us now because they put the most hated Dante as the DLC costume. So, you know, in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, we got Sparta Dante, you know, that's really cool. That's probably everyone's favorite, right? But for this one, we get the most hated Dante, where the people just say that, you know, he doesn't have long hair. You know, it's come on, guys, like they're trolling us at this point, you know. Now let's move on to the DLC characters. So let's start with Black Panther. I know you guys are really gonna hate me on this, but Black Panther was put in the game to you know, be a function for Wolverine, and it was a really bad replacement. He was a bad character, and I mean, he was just useless, really. It was like they put him in there literally for no reason. And again, I mean, I'm not gonna blame them because they kinda have to listen to what, you know, Marvel says, or should I say Disney at this point, you know. So I'm not gonna blame them for the DLC characters they're gonna put in the game, but I am blaming them for, you know, his fighting style. It was really horrible. And then Sigma, in all honesty, Sigma was actually a good addition. I don't know how much he was requested. I do know he's used a lot online, but I mean, he's also a pretty good character, so it's probably why too. But I mean, he actually, in my opinion, and even for the game, he's honestly a really good addition. His moves are pretty much different. He had the armor and the little, you know, charge attacks and stuff like that. So Sigma, I'm not gonna say too much bad about Sigma, other than the fact that they could have put someone way more requested than Sigma. So let's get into Venom. You know, some people liked Venom, some people didn't like Venom. But in all honesty, Venom is just, no, this is not Venom. All he did was talk about eating all the time, and I made a video about this before. You guys can click this link right there on the right side if you guys want to see that video. But Venom, this was not Venom. This is just some imposter that talked about eating and you know, blowing you off and stuff. So that Venom was pure trash. Some people liked him, but obviously enough people didn't like him to make the game survive because the game is dead. And as for Black Widow, I mean, that was come on now, like they had too many of the same characters. Like it was just a bunch of the same characters. Like, oh, okay, I got gadgets, all right, I got gadgets, I kick, you know, it's like a bunch of action figures. It was just a bad idea. Same thing with Winter Soldier. I mean, that the move list is just like, okay, he got a gun, she has a gun, he throws bombs, she throws bombs. You know, I beat you up in a hyper, or I shoot a gun. It's, you know, it's the same character, and there was no like there's no versatility in it whatsoever. Like Marvel Capcom 3, I mean, there was a bunch of different characters in that, all had different moves. I mean, it made the game a little imbalanced, but that's what Marvel's about. It's about being imbalanced. It's about overcoming, you know, the incredible odds. It's like, you know, gods are put in that game. So, you know, it's understandable for Marvel, but to try to balance Marvel and do all this other crap is just ridiculous. I mean, they need to have the game in balance. That's what Marvel's about, and obviously I'm right because the game is dead. Now let's move on to Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter was a pretty cool addition. I'm not a Monster Hunter fan, but the character was a pretty cool addition. People did request a Monster Hunter embodiment, or whatever you want to call it, but yeah, Monster was a pretty good addition. The only thing that was the problem and that hurt the game mechanics was the simple fact that you can jump in the air and have armor with an attack. That was worse than Hulk. Let me jump in the air and just do a heavy. I think it was done with triangle. I can't remember what move it was done with, but I remember people online jumping in the air and just mashing armor and then tagging in another character, and then it was an overhead at that. So it was pure trash. I mean, you guys want to talk about Hulk being garbage with the armor and stuff like that? Well, this is Hulk, like, made for like stupid people. So that really killed the game, at least for me. But I think it killed the game for everybody, because like I said, the game is dead. So something they did do right, like 100%, Spider-Man. They did Spider-Man really good. This is probably the coolest Spider-Man I've ever seen in any fighting game possible. This was a really cool Spider-Man. The DLC and everything, they did Spider-Man very perfect. Now, if they did the rest of the game as they did Spider-Man, this honestly probably would have been a decent game. What killed the game mainly for me was Gil. That was the #1 thing. I was really looking forward to playing Gil in a game. Marvel Capcom would have been a really good addition for Gil, because, you know, he has the powers, and they really could have put that whole God aura thing. But what they did, they were trying to make a Street Fighter out of a Marvel Capcom, and that isn't the case. The game needs to be broken. And I know a lot of you guys are going to say, whoa, I want to fix the X Factor. Oh, well, check this out, alright, guys. If you guys can say all that stuff was cheap or whatever, but understand this. X Factor Virgil blocking all of his stuff, right? They're throwing in all these Doom missiles, you know, all this crap. Level 3 X Factor Virgil, demon form, right? Double trigger engaged. You block every single bit of his attacks, all of his cross-ups, everything, and then you kill him. You cannot tell me that's not a satisfying feeling. That is the most satisfying feeling you will ever have off of a video game. Knowing that you blocked all that stuff, being human, you blocked all of that, and then you won, or you won without X Factor. That is what Marvel is about. That was hype. That's what made the game survive after all those years. Not Reality Stone versus Reality Stone. Oh, you can't beat Reality Stone? Let's nerf it. Oh, you can't beat this? Let's nerf it. That's what Infinite was about. It was the worst, man. It really was. So tell me this. If you saw this, right? If you saw this Season 1, Marvel Capcom Infinite DLC Capcom, you saw this with Gil on the side of it, you'd be like, oh, this is going to be something epic. You know, like, oh, crap. They got Gil, you know, maybe, you know, anything about Street Fighter, you know, anything like that would be like, oh crap, you know, that's hype. Like, oh, I can't wait to see what they're gonna do. Literally, all they had to do was have some type of, I don't know, carryover, right? If they wanted to be cheap about it, but make the fans happy. Have Marvel Capcom 3, you know, have the same mechanics and everything, bring it over with the same graphics, put a bunch of DLC, and people would have bought it. People would have been happy. Fix all the stuff that people hate about Marvel's Capcom 3. Put some new characters, and that's it. Bam! Everybody will be like, "Oh man, Infinite is this is the game to play," because that's what we wanted. Really, we don't know what this is. We don't want 2-on-2. We have enough 2-on-2 video games. We can do 2-on-2. Tekken Tag, DOA. I know those are 3D fighting games, but still, it's 2-on-2. It's like KOF, where you do 2-on-2. But the point is, there's a bunch of 2-on-2 games. There's really no 3-on-3 games other than like Skullgirls. That's like popular, you know. That's all they had to do. They could have made it so simple, but they're like, nah. Let's just spend about $15,000 in this video game. Hopefully, somebody's gonna buy it. Somebody's gonna get the deluxe edition, and I was one of them. But before taking out the trash, I do want to say the only way they can save this game, and even possibly, you know, make people want to come back to it, free DLC, something free. People love free stuff. Something free, or give us some really awesome, you know, Capcom characters that we love. That's what's gonna save this game. But at any rate, guys, that's pretty much all I have. If you guys want like a part 2 of this, let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like the video, and of course, share it with your friends. Spread the love. Now let's let 16 take out the trash. I'll see you guys in the next video.